So today, we're going to start the last section of Unit 3. You should have picked up a pink worksheet when you came into the room today. Okay. That worksheet is your Unit 3 review worksheet. It will not be due on Friday. It will be due on Monday, the day of your test. Okay. Monday, the 22nd, is test day. Unit 3 summative test. Okay. So today we're going to apply the fundamental theory of algebra. Tomorrow we'll keep applying it, and we'll start the review process. Friday will be a review day. Monday is test day. Okay? Any questions on that? All right. Let's do this then. Okay? You probably don't remember what the fundamental theorem of algebra is. Because I never told you to memorize. But the fundamental theorem of algebra says that if you have a degree of a certain number in a polynomial, that is the total number of solutions that you need to get from that polynomial. Okay? So if my degree, what's degree again? Biggest exponent. Not necessarily the first exponent, but the biggest exponent. So the biggest exponent, if the biggest exponent is 5, how many zeros do we need to get? 5. Okay? If my biggest exponent is 3, how many solutions are there? 3. Okay? Because remember, solutions, roots, zeros, answers, those are all the same. Okay? Which also means that there being that, we'll go on that in that cubic case. So if my degree is 3, that means I have 3 factors. If I have 3 factors, I have 3 zeros. So on and so forth. Okay? So today, what we're going to do is we're going to work in reverse. Okay? So now, what we've been doing up to about 12 minutes ago is, here's the polynomial, find me the solution. That was bus stop number 3. Okay? Bus stop number 3 was always, okay, find me the solution. Now what we're doing is we're going home. Okay? So now we're at bus stop number 3. Now we want to go back home. Go back to where we started. So the question is going to be, what is the polynomial function given the fact that you have 3 zeros? Yeah. So, because I have 3 zeros, what is the degree of my polynomial? 3. So that means I need to have an x cubed term somewhere in my answer. Okay. So, in the past, we've ended the problem with these. We've ended the problem where, I'll even box it. Right? That was always the box at the end of the problem last week. Well, the step right before that would say x equals -1. X equals 2, and x equals 4. Right? And that was, we called that the zeros. We found the zeros. Right? Well, what was the step right before that last week? Setting what equal to 0? So like in this first one, it would have been x plus 1 equals 0. This one would have been This one would have been, right? And what did we do in that step? It was the second to last step. Set the factors equal to 0. That was our set factors to 0 step. Right. What was the step right before that? So what would it look like? Would be, let me tweak my question. What would the next line look like? So what would it look like in this particular case? I'll start you out.
1 minus 2 minus 1.
It's going to start out 0 equals. Like that? And what do we call that step? It's actually a bus stop. What kind of factoring? Got an extra C word in there. Complete factor. Now here's where the waters kind of get a little bit muddy. Because to get to the complete factored form, we would have to factor. Right? But how do I get to the next line down? I got to multiply, right? Okay. So I've got to multiply this out. So let's take these two first. That's going to give me x squared minus 4x. Then these two is going to be minus 2x and plus 8. So that gives me x squared minus 6x plus 8. Yes? Now what? Can multiply the other ones in, right? Yes? So this step would look like that. What did we call that step last week? It was the first thing we did when we were solving. Set it equal to 0. Which means the step right before that would be our function step. And that's our function. So we're doing the exact same steps. We're just doing them in reverse order. We're working our way backwards. And we said, since we had 3 zeros way back at the top, that we needed an x cubed as our biggest term. And we got it. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? What if we got something that looks like this? I don't see anything. What would we do first? Or find the 0 step, right? Okay. So our find the 0 step was, or would be, x equals 4, x equals 1 plus the square root of 5, and x equals 1 minus the square root of 5. Yep? Okay. So that's what we found in 0. What's the step right before that? Okay. So that would be what do you think there? Well, how did you get x minus 4 equals 0? Shh. Shh. How do you get x minus 4 equals 0? How? Okay. So what do you want to do in the middle then? Okay. So that would look like, if we do it that way, that would look like this. Is there another way we could write it? No other algebra that we can do in green? No other algebra. Anybody? Can we do any more algebra in green? Middle green. Can't I just do this? That's algebra, right? Can I do that? What's the last one? Anybody? Okay. Now what do I do? So what is that going to look like? What's it going to look like? Is that it? N equals 0. Do you care which side it's on? It doesn't matter. No. So which side do you want to know? That's it. All right, now what? Following the playbook of the last example. Do you want me to scroll back? What? Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? With loops. Anybody? What do we do? Doug? We multiply them, right? Yeah. We multiply them. Right? Which two you want to multiply? Right two. Okay. Let's get the ugly ones out of the way first. Right? Okay. Now, what am I multiplying? If I multiply the right two. What am I multiplying? All the terms of into all the terms of the right one, right? Okay. So that's a trinomial here, right? Times a trinomial. So there's going to be some math going on here. Okay. So we might want to break out a little sidebar action. Okay. Let's do x first. What do we get? Actually, move this over a little bit. Whoa, tap the brakes. That didn't work out for me. I pushed the right one. Okay. What do we get?
X squared minus 1x plus the square root of 5x.
So x squared minus x plus x square roots of 5?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, well, I put the 5 squared in parentheses and the third x, but that's the same.
Okay. All right. Everybody agree with that? Okay. Next, we've got the 1, or excuse me, the negative 1. What do we get there? Negative 1x. So I'm going to put that in that column. Plus 1. So that's going to be a new column. Minus the square root of 5. That's also going to be a new column. Yes? Okay. Then we've got negative square roots of 5. What do we get there? Sit at the table. We don't sit back there. Nothing good happens in the back of the room. Minus, what do we got? Plus square root of 5? What do you got? Negative square root of 5 times the square root of 5.
It's 1. Where's negative?
Which one? Because they're two different things. There's negative square root of 5 times positive square root of 5.
That's
Negative 5. So I get x squared minus 2x minus 4. Right? So that makes this be x minus 4 times x squared minus 2x minus 4 equals 0. Now what? Now we gotta multiply those out, right? What? Hey. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 4x. Minus 4x squared plus 8x plus 16. X cubed minus 6x squared plus 4x plus 16 equals 0. Yes? So what's our function then? Just that, right? Right? I need 4 numbers. 7, 2, smaller. Keep them under 10.
9, 4.
negative 3.
Okay, so I heard 7, I heard 1, I heard 2, and I heard 4. Let's make the 4 be negative. Okay? There's your 3 zeros. Find me the function.
7, -7,
Right? Everybody got that one. Even though some people failed to write it down. Thought they could skip a step. Boy, did they find out. Things got ugly real fast, didn't they? Agree? Agree? weird is how everybody just said yes. One person looked.
That's what I got. You're the teacher. You're supposed to be smart. I believe that you do.
Okay. Agree?
Now I'm having doubts.
Exactly. Don't blindly just agree with something if you have no clue what's going on.
Great thinking, Mr. Lismore. You taught me how to trust you.
You shouldn't. Then you're dealing with fractions the entire rest of the way.
I did that.
You did, and it got ugly real fast, didn't it?
Oh my
Quite.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite.
Quite ugly.
Oh no, you got one.
She did not do it.
Yes?
That way you still.
Stop cheating.
Yes?
Yep. Now you got it. Hold on.
What? What's wrong?
No.
What's wrong with it?
7x should be plus 7x. No, that's right.
No, that's right. Yep, that's right. Which ones did I multiply, Bugsy?
So,
Multiply the first and the third ones.
I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, yeah. You guys are just blindly agreeing with everything, so we're gonna make you be honest.
To be fair, that's most of you.
No, it's not just you. Trust me. I got, oops, I forgot the 2. 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 53x plus.
So you just distributed the split.
Green, so I the 2x in. That got me the green line
Right.
right over there, and then negative 1 in, and that got me the red line. Then I combined them. Now you could write them all out as in one line. You know what I mean? Horizontally, but vertically is much easier because then you
Looks
see what
better
matches.
too, yeah.
Well, you see what matches up. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? Where'd the script? Well, let's start back from the start. Okay? Try that one.
Oh, yes. Oh, come on. Where's that? Yeah. You multiply this answer by that answer. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you asking her that? 16. I didn't make everything so appropriate.
Exactly. Where did the I go?
Oh my god. So we had
So this one, if I distribute here, right? I get x squared. If I distribute here, I get plus x. If I distribute here, I get minus x. If I distribute here, I get minus 1. That gives me x squared minus 1. Bugsy, you good with that one? Okay. Same concept going on over on the other side. If I go here, I get x squared. Yes? If I go here, I get plus 4xi. Right? If I go here, I get minus 4xi. If I go here, I get minus 16i squared. Right? I times I is I squared. Times 4 is 4i squared. Times negative 4 is negative 16i squared. That gives me x squared here minus 16i squared. What's I squared? Negative 1. Because I is the square root of negative 1. So I squared is negative 1. It's in your notes. Promise. So then I got, here now I've got x squared plus 16x. Oops, excuse me. Tap the brakes. You're better than that. Reset. I've got x to the 4th power plus 16x squared minus x squared minus 16. So that gives me f of x is x to the 4th power plus 15x squared minus 16.
I also wrote in the windows very much.
That makes sense.
Hmm?
Does it make sense?
Yeah. No, I know that